So, first day of full contact practice, how did it go?
It went well. We just got to keep building, like I've told them. They came out here and, done everything we've asked them to do each practice. It's just practice 5. We play a month from today, so we've still got we're still installing every single day. Still a lot of the offense to put in, so there's going to be the normal, bust on the plays you just installed, and we got to continue to keep getting in there and getting the corrections and getting better. We put on full pads, but we didn't really tackle the ground much. We got to keep just being smart with our team and practicing physical. I think it's a good sign of a really good team. If you got an athletic team that understands where they're supposed to go, not a lot of people should be on the ground, even in the game. In the front 7, you got to, if you're a good offensive lineman, you're not rolling around on the ground, you're staying up, you got to thud. And there'll be times when we go scrimmage, we'll go live. I know some teams and some coaches have the theory that they don't do much live at all anymore until it's the season. And there's probably some point to that. I still believe that we play tackle football, and we got to learn how to tackle, and we've got to actually do that. And so getting your team at risk for injury is probably a little higher during that time, but that could happen at any time. So I like the pace of practice. I like the way we went at it. It's the hottest day out here today, and they responded well.
Which side of the ball is ahead, Nick?
I think that the defenses came out and had the upper hand probably in the first 5 days, really challenged the offense yesterday, really just to pick up their approach and come out here. And they did that in a couple, the third down, 3rd and 10, where we went live for a series from the 10-yard line in, and they scored on 3rd and goal from the 10, and came out here, responded better today. But I'm really been impressed with the defense, and I thought that would happen, and I wanted to see it happen, and it is. It's just them being further along in their communication, and they're flying around. You can see guys actually just playing the game and being the athletes that they are, because they're comfortable. This is the 2nd year in the same scheme and same terminology and checks, and now they're not brand new and green, and we played some freshmen, and all those guys are just a year older and a year more mature in the defense.
Do you feel like the offense hasn't communicated as well?
No, I don't think it's been a communication thing. I just think that our defense has played pretty good the last few days, and sometimes early in camp you'll see that. They've put in a few new pressures that our offense hadn't seen, and we got to adjust and pick it up. And but I don't think it's definitely not been a communication thing, for the offense. I think that, sometimes, we've had a pretty quick whistle out here too. So in the scrimmage, you want to see offensive players breaking tackles, and if you're going to have an explosive offense, the quarterback, and we've been blowing it dead. Sam's a kid that can run. So we don't have our entire offense out here, and it's not live plays. We've been blowing the plays dead. So sometimes it's hard to get in the groove as an offense like that, but we got to stick to the plan and keep installing our offense in the situations that we want to see, and that's what we're doing.
Are you a faster team than last year's team, and if so, why?
I definitely think so. I think Meade Smith has done an outstanding job. Our guys look different. If you look at the team picture, our guys look different physically. Leaner. And that's what we've got to be able to play fast, and the bigger guys look stronger, more mature, and that just comes with redshirting, and those 10 guys that redshirted last year, just so much better. And so Meade's had a great summer. The guys bought in, they love him, and they've listened to him, and not just on the field and the workouts, but their nutrition and how they take care of their bodies. So we're definitely a faster bunch and moving more fluid than we did last year.
So that was a conscious change of philosophy.
Yeah, right? Definitely. You want your skill guys. Some of them probably look leaner and might weigh even more. Just changing their bodies and just being able to. We have met on every single player and put a specific goal and program together for each person. They know what weights we want them at. They weigh in and out every single day. They did it before the summer, at the end of the summer. What do we want you to look like? There's no confusion on what we want their bodies to look like, or what we want what our expectations for them to be. And you know, Meade has done an outstanding. There's no one on our staff that's worked harder all summer. You know, he's here for everything. He's part of our staff. He's in our staff meetings. He's relaying information. I trust him. He's done an excellent job.
Have you talked about what you're going to do on Saturday? Are you going to, obviously the 3 quarterbacks will still be in yellow, or are you going to let them, Tanner and maybe Brandon, go live?
We probably will at some point. Saturday won't be a 100% of the time scrimmage. We'll probably still do a little bit of drill work, just because we're coming off a day off too. So Friday will be our mandatory day off, new rule, college football, which you know, I think it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, where even they can't even be in meetings or anything, nothing mandatory. We'll feed them well, and they'll get in there and they'll you know, take care of their bodies, but they get a whole day off. And then coming back, getting them back, we're not just going to lay the ball out and say, let's go out there and scrimmage. So we'll do a little, you know, 7-on-7 and some different things and get going. But then there'll be, you know, at least half of it where we put them in some scrimmage situations. I'd say the quarterbacks won't be live. If the first person that will go live would be Brandon, who I've been impressed with. I really have. He's came in here. I've never seen a freshman quarterback get as many reps as he's got in the first 5 days. I told him my first year in camp, I got 0 team reps, 0. And he's probably in day 5 now. He runs that whole second field by himself. He doesn't get a sub, he doesn't get a break. It's 24 plays of team. He gets all 24. And those are, I mean, just speeding up his learning process. And I like the way that he's handling it. Now he makes mistakes, the ball's on the ground, things like that. But the situation isn't too big for him, and he's made some plays.
What kind of impact does Chiron have on defense?
He's our middle linebacker. He's our vocal leader. He brings an intensity that is probably more intense than anybody on our team. He loves to play football. You know, he's a guy that we've talked about in our team meeting. I talk about all the seniors. They get a chance to address the team. He just has a passion that you'd love to see out of a guy, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I've never seen Chiron Watson since he got here. Really, we came here at the same time. You know, he was in our first recruiting class. He came in January, right out a month after we got the job. And from a workout or a scrimmage or a practice, when he steps inside of the white lines, it's full go. The only thing I've ever had to tell him is to maybe, if we're trying to do a walkthrough or something like that, to pull it back a little bit. But that's what you want, you know, a guy that just loves the game, and you see it at the intensity. He's put himself in a lot better position. You know, when he came here, he was getting close to 260 pounds. He was a big Mike linebacker, and now he's in the 220s, and he's lived with Meade, and his diet, and he moves so much better. I mean, if we would put on a clip when he first got here in the spring, and even last fall to right now, he looks like a totally different person.
What did you learn about Roman Tatum, Nick, and prognosis?
Yeah, Roman had surgery on Monday, and was able to get him in right away. He got 2 pins in his toe. Will probably be out for you know indefinitely. They don't know. They'll take those pins out in 2 weeks and get him back. It was nice to see him back out here on the sideline, being around his teammates, because I know that's important to him, and it's important to the guys too. Even for me, seeing him come out here, even just on crutches, I'm glad he's back out and around the team.
And it's hard to judge the timetable, but you're not talking season.
Maybe probably. I would say season is definitely in the, you know, a possibility. I mean, it's his toe and he plays corner, you know, so it's a thing where we'll listen to the doctors, you know, 6 to 8 weeks until he's cleared, and then where that puts him as far as then running and cutting, and you know, you got a couple pins in your toe and you're trying to break on the ball. So we'll just see at that point, but it'll definitely be it's a significant injury.
I don't believe he played in 2015. Does he still have a year he could take?
No, I mean, you only have a certain amount of time. His clock, this is his 5th year. It'd be a thing where we'd have to apply for a 6th year of eligibility, which he'd probably have a pretty good shot at, but we'll see how things play out with him.